Hi everyone, I hope you're having a great day. My name is Linslow by choice. Thanks for stopping by the channel today. As you can see, we are doing a loft build, but this is actually for one of my favorite ones. This was the first one that I did of this lot, and it's on the Avarice Acre lot. And so this is why I called this the Avarice Acre Apartments. And you may be wondering why this actually just looks like one big room and not inside of an apartment building, and that's really because this is the first one. And so before I actually constructed the apartment building, I started working on this. And so after I do this bedroom, which I love, I end up going with a black and white theme. I end up changing a lot of the things towards the middle of this video because that's when I realized I wanted it to be more black and white and not so much just what came with the lot itself. So it's a lot of customization in this, and I feel like the sim that lives here is very sophisticated. They really don't like a lot of color. I feel like the sims that live here actually wear black and white. Like, they make it their mission to be as simplistic as possible, but just because they have a black and white color scheme in their apartment, that doesn't mean that they don't have creativity. So there is a lot of creative things in this build that I actually love. This is the only apartment that is, very lofted. There are a lot of other loft apartments in here. There are loft features, so I'm talking the brick wall, I'm talking the apartment windows, the large apartment windows, the ceiling features that include the vents, and also a concrete ceiling. I absolutely love it, but this is the only apartment that actually has a loft, and so I really wanted to go all out, really. So half of the video is just with the room, and then around this time, that's when I created the entire outside. And so now we're working on the unit in an actual building. And so now I can get into exactly what I want this to look like. And so I feel like they are always on the go, but they love making meals inside. So they're not a chef. They're not, always gone. They have a lot of time for leisure and everything. And so that's why I added a few things to really make this kitchen stand out. We have the built-in oven into the countertops. We have a nice microwave, a nice refrigerator, and then I add in the rice cooker and a kettle. One thing that changes drastically is the above cabinet space. So you can see the cabinet space is really along the entire kitchen, but I do break it up. There ends up only being the cabinet space on one side, and that's the side by the refrigerator. And that's because I end up adding some more lighting above the island. And so we have a bench area, but then I also love the aspect of having a separate dining. So we do have a separate dining here, and I had to go with the black and white. I could have went with a standard white chair or a standard black chair, really elevated the space, and that's what I was going for. I feel like the sims that live here, they are all about the newest edition of things. They're all about innovation and what that looks like, but in the colors black and white. There is a color that I end up using in here that is very complimentary, and it's only seen in one piece, and it's only an art, and I really like it. It's more black and white, but then we have that pop of red. After I place a few things, I love looking from the outside of the apartment in. There's two main reasons for that. The first one is I want to see what the view might look like from the sims outside looking into the window, and also from what the sims will see from looking out of that window. Now, I know they can't really look out of the window in The Sims 4, but it's all about realism. And that's what I live in. I live in realism in The Sims 4. Like, although I know that they can't do certain things, I will always create spaces so that, I don't know, maybe they get a glimpse of autonomy. And so when the game's not loaded, maybe they are doing their own thing. I don't know. I know that's not possible, but I always think about it. It's like the Toy Story motive, where when the kids are playing with the toys, they're all flopsy, they're not doing anything, they don't think they have a life outside of it. But as soon as they're not around their human friends, they have their own life, they're moving around, they're doing all these things. And so in a way, I feel like that is what happens in The Sims, even though the game's not really powered up. But back to the build, as soon as you walk in, to your left, you have a beautiful staircase, but to your right, you actually have a mirror. There is a little place to put your shoes. There are some books under there. We have a nice looking display that displays a charity award. The living room, and this is a black and white living room. Over to the right, you have a beautiful computer stage set up, and that's where I added the bookshelf. We have a washer and dryer behind the half wall, and then to your left, you have the kitchen area, the dining area, and then a beautiful fireplace. I wanted to add these picture frames, not because they're just black and white, but that was also a factor, but I feel like the Sims that live here really enjoy family, so they wanted their space to really be great for family gatherings. So around this time, you can see I just placed the art piece that has that pop of red. This is where I really started to mess with the design of everything else, really making sure that this is what I wanted it to look like and how I perceive the Sims that live here want to design this space. Go back into the bedroom. I'm changing out a few of the things that don't necessarily go with everything. The one thing that has a pop of color is that chair next to the end table, and I kind of needed that because I wanted to have an accent chair, but I also needed that black and white feature in there, and since it had that, I feel like it would just be perfect. I did actually go through this phase where I created the entire build for this, and I did not like it. Everything was just not working. I had the dining room table over where the bathroom entrance was, where the computer is set up, and the bookshelf, and I was like, I don't think I like that, being able to eat, and then the door to the bathroom's right there, and there's only one bathroom in this unit. I felt like everything was just a bit off, and so I actually love this. Like, I woke up this morning and realized that things needed to change. I wasn't really happy with how it turned out. I was scared to start over because I knew it would take a little bit more time. But in the end, whenever I have thoughts like that, I just know that it's going to end up being better than what I expected. And this was a direct result of that. Like, if I would have left it the way that it was before, I think it was nice, but I wasn't completely proud of it. And I want to be proud of the things that I show to you all, and also things that you're going to be putting in your build. And maybe that impacts your gameplay. I'm not sure. I know it impacts my gameplay. So whenever I am playing The Sims 4, I always want to be in a space that is visually appealing to me, but also makes sense for the Sim. Like, why would I have them in a place that doesn't feel like them? Now, it may be different if they don't have the funds to furnish it the way that they want to, but I always use Motherlode so they can always furnish it however they want. I actually love the entrance to this. I ended up adding a divider over the mirror, so it created this pane-like feel, kind of reminiscent to what the windows look like, and it wasn't necessary, but it did add dimension that I feel like really made this amazing. Around this time is where I revisited the kitchen. I added in the light that we got from the Home Chef Hustle stuff pack, and then I added some more decorations. Now that we're wrapping up, I just want to say thank you for stopping by the channel today. And if you are constantly watching my videos, I also want to give you a thank you. You know, I really didn't know how my journey in YouTube and everything was going to go, but I am pleasantly surprised and very grateful for everyone who stops by, whether that be returning or if you're new. I am happy that you found my channel, and if you want to subscribe to the channel, please go ahead and do that. You can also click the notification bell if you want to be notified whenever I post new videos about different speed builds I may do, game challenges, and just random Sims 4 things that I will be coming up with in the coming weeks. I thoroughly enjoy making these videos, and I'm happy that you are here watching them. I hope you have a really great rest of your day. I really hope you enjoyed the rest of these screenshots, and I can't wait to see you in the next video. Bye!